My name is Johanna. I am an associate at PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is a Big Four accounting firm. So the type of data that we usually work with at PwC depends largely on the project that we're working on. Through my time there, I've had the opportunity to work on a number of different wage trust projects, wage remediation projects. So what is wage remediation? You would have heard sometimes in the news that corporations tend to underpay their employees for whatever reason. And so we're consulted and we're brought in to do this recalculation for them. Basically, the standard procedure is that we have a number of different data sources. So timesheet, payslip, and leave records. We consolidate that. We recalculate the amounts for them through a bunch of different complex award rules. And we did this recalculation for them using SQL, Tableau, Python, all those different tools basically. And we send it back to the client. We tell them, okay, this is what you've paid them, this is what they're owed, and we leave it with the client to pay what the difference is. So in the accounting space, the main aim is always to minimize risk and provide assurance to our clients. Because we're dealing with dollar amounts, we have to make sure that every dollar is accounted for because the materiality or the threshold is quite low. And this can have significant legal ramifications presently and in future if it continues to happen. And the second thing is that we want to minimize fraudulent activity, and doing these remediation, doing these recalculations gives us, I guess, a feeling whether fraudulent activity is happening or not. So we implement control checks and we monitor those to see if they're failing or they're passing, and then we communicate these to the client. I have a really big passion for history and archaeology as well as data science. So I've, in the process of putting together a few data sources from the Atlantic slave trade, I'm really interested to know how the data plays out in consolidating the written records, the historical investigations that already have occurred. And we're going to explore that through this concept called graph databases. It commonly models Twitter or people analytics. So I'm curious to see through network analysis, community detection, all these different algorithms, how different ports, different ships played this dynamic role during the backdrop of this historic and significant period. I've seen data analytics go wrong quite often, especially in the workplace. There are quite a lot of practices that are out of date, so everything from data imputation, data wrangling, data persistence. But it's really up to you as the analyst to work with the client to iron out all those wrinkles, get a good understanding of the problem, get a good understanding of the data, what you can do with it, because your analysis is only as good as the data that you're given, and it's really your duty to make sure that you're putting forward the best sort of analysis and insights for your client to help them really for the future. I found two main ways to upskill myself in data science. One way is to pursue a certification. For example, I'm just taking a little mini course in graph data science from Neo4j. They have a graph academy there. It's all for free. The second way I found is that you can just do your own personal projects, pick up little skills here and there, embark on a learning curve, explore questions that you found to be interesting, on the topics that you find interesting, and just go from there and expand your skill set that way.